This young lady, I tell you what, she's an amazing young lady. Tell you a little bit about her. She hails from SoCal, Southern California. She's a mother and a wife of two kids. She's a community leader, and she talked about on February the 12th this year, which is one of my favorite calls she did. Stop making excuses, start doing the work. And this week, she's going to talk about her first. Right, listen, settle down. Her first 16 points. So listen, if you're a new IBO, if you know an IBO, listen how she did this. Her first 16 points, and she's going to talk about how she got her first 3 IBOs. Without further ado, from SoCal, let's give her a warm welcome to the one and only Miss Heather Peery.
Thank you so much, Mr. Thomas, for having me on the call and just doing what you do for us. I know all of us on this call, if you're new, you don't know Mr. Thomas, he's a legend in this industry and he's so giving and he does this every single day to help us grow our mindset. And all of us here, we're so grateful for that. So thank you so much, Mr. Thomas. And thank you for starting us out with those props. That's so fun. I love it. Very good. Hi, guys. I'm here to encourage you and talk to you about how the little quick journey of how we got our first 16 points. And I hope this encourages you because keep thinking, can I do this? And can I help another person do this? Because like you hear in our trainings, it really doesn't take that much. As I was going through this, I said, oh, wow, this was like 16 points. This was only a couple of people already. And so think about that. When you hear how quickly we can get to 16 points, and I want you to make it real easy for the next person when you show them, the new person, like this is only 2 people, especially with high point services that we have. It goes really quick. But I'll tell you a little bit of the, some challenges, because that will happen, right? Because our system works, and sometimes we get no's, and then a lot of times we get yeses. So I'll tell you real quick. So the first person I talked to was my sister. And so we all know, we're like, okay, it's family, let's do this. So I called my sister and I said, hey, sis, this was at the time. I said, me and my husband, Steven, we started a new business. We're super excited about it. As you know, we're working and we're raising our family. But you know what? We just need some extra money for some things, we're just still a little short, even though we're working. So we started a business to help us out to get some, at the time, some health insurance and just do expenses to help out with the family, different things. So could you do me a huge favor and just help me out by trying one of the services I have? Because this will help us out. This will go directly to our family. Well, my sister was a little quiet at the beginning and I'm just like, okay, I'm doing the system. And she said, okay, okay, this is what I don't like. I don't like how they're there. I don't know who there is. I don't like how they're trying to get you to get to me. And I was like, what? So I didn't say anything. I just said, my brain kind of went, because I said, how did you get that out of that? Because all I said was I asked for help and a favor. And I told you why, real simple. And you're my sister. And I was like, okay, all right. And I just ended the phone call because that's a no, right? But don't worry, there's good news later. We get her later. We get to her later. So I was like, okay, all right. So that's one of the no's. That's going to happen, right? Prepare your new people. Sometimes it happens. We move on. Some people just don't get it. It should be simple. You should understand just to help somebody out and let me just try it, right? No problem. So then I go ahead and, go to mom. Okay, mom. Say the same thing to her. We started a new business. We're excited about it. We're raising our family. We need some help, get some extra services. She kind of, but watch, because our training teaches us about posture, right? So then she's kind of like, well, why would I do the cell phones when I can get it cheaper through my work? And I said, well, you're going to have to deal with the fact that you're not supporting your daughter in life in these services trying to get somewhere. And then she was like, she said, oh, okay. So Mr. Thomas was talking about too, like, do people know how important it is to you? So if I would have just stayed quiet and said, well, you can get it cheaper at your work. Well, okay, and then left it alone, right? Because then some people get stuck and they go, well, what do I say when they can get it cheaper at work? Well, think about it. Like, you're asking for this, like they're going to pay the stranger, but you have the service, the same, the same strong T-Mobile service that we have. And you're like, it's going to come to me. You don't know that person. They're a stranger. Like, I'm going to give you the service. You're going to talk to me and support me, support our family. It's going to go directly to our family to help us. Your money is going to directly help your grandchildren. It's going to directly help me, help them. Like, think about that. This other person that you're paying, it's cheaper at work. Who are they? Like, what? I have it. So then that resulted in 2 cell phones, right? So that's 6 points because it was like a family plan according to our compensation plan now. And then a home security, 8 points. So that was 14 points from one person, 14 points, right? And I'm talking about my first 16 points. So we're already at 14 with one person, okay? Because Vivint is 8 points. And then those 2 cell phones together, family plan is 6 points. 14. There we go. We have, right? I mean, in life, we have ups and downs. It's not going to go smooth sailing all the time, but we got it. The point was that we got it. Okay. Then went back to sister a little bit. She's a little better now. All of a sudden, ID Seal comes up. I tell her about ID Seal, and she's going through some things in life and needs, you know what? ID Seal, this would be a great idea. She's real interested in it. I tell her, bam, that's one service. That's 8 points. We're already at 22 personal points. And I just supposed to talk about my first 16. That was only 2 people. And it's already at 22 points because it was an ID Seal plan. It was 8 points. So 2 people, check that out. Do you think you can help that new person get that? So if you look at our Fast Start bonus, if you did that and you have a new person do that, 2 people do that, that's wow. Think of the money that you can make there. So also look how fast that was. It's kind of like I'm already like almost done, right? Because it's like there was a 16 points. So just know that use the system, use the favor, help, try. It does work. You might get a little bit, of resistance sometimes, but people just need to understand what you're doing. And then it takes some growth on our part to stand a little strong when they, don't say yes right away. If they have a question or two, okay, let's answer the question or two, take it to the online store, but really tell them how important this is to you because they haven't heard anything like that. They just sign up their services with somebody and bam, and that's it. We don't know who these people are. So tell them how important it is to you. So on and on. I mean, there was other services I've gotten, with, friends and family, but it's kind of, that's the process. That's kind of, how it goes. So, and then just having with, the help of your mentor, having your PBR and your PBZs, them doing those overviews with you, just showing them the information. We signed up some, a couple IBOs. I met a girl, she online actually, talking to her, through Facebook, and she was a business owner. And, I just asked her the question, are you open to other ways of making money? I know you have this cake business. I know you do all these other things, but are you open to looking at other ways of making money? And she said, yeah, how we've heard in our trainings before, when you talk to business owners, yeah, they might be busy, but they're always open and looking. She looked at it and she liked it. She loved it. She thought it was a great idea. At the time, things are kind of iffy with her business at the time, but she was open to other ways because business owners are. So that, resulted in that IBO. And then after that, she talked to her best friend. And it was so neat to be able to work with the mentor, work with her, and we helped that IBO make their, $700 Fast Start bonus at the time. It was so amazing to be able to do that, to be able to make somebody else that money. I mean, yeah, it's great when we make money, but to show that to someone and just to be like, this is awesome. So guess what happened? We did the same thing with her person, and she made her $700 Fast Start bonus. So so I think a lot of times we really complicate it and think that there's much more to this than that really is. And Mr. Thomas is always telling us how it's simple. And it's true. We complicate it in here. Like I said, I just was supposed to talk about my first 16 points. That was just talking to 2 people. And it was over 16 points because ACN gives us these high point services. So make sure that you're being coachable and you are sticking with the script and hitting those, the favor and help and the huge favor, hit that, wait for them to listen. And if they give you any little resistance, go for it. Push in a little harder and tell them, make sure they know how important it is to you, not with an attitude, right? Just let them know how important it is. And so just think about how quickly that making that money, what that could do for you, how just a few $100 extra that could help pay for some of the events that we have coming up, or a few $100 extra could, I don't know, take your pick. That could help with what? Go towards groceries, go towards your carpet, whatever it is you want to, but it's a couple $100 extra that you can get really quick with a system already in place. So I just want to encourage you guys with that. So really that's the bottom line, is just going through. Oh yes, like there goes my sidekick, Jen Olson, pay off a credit card. Right? The list is endless of what we can put the money towards. The main thing I want you guys to get is the simplicity of getting those 16 points, right? The simplicity. That was just a couple people. So don't limit yourself. Don't limit your mind and say, oh, well, that was her mom and her sister. My mom and my sister wouldn't do that. I mean, they didn't say yes right away, right? And we only have like, shout out one more to town. There's lots of stories I could tell you of getting customers where I stayed on them for so long and eventually they came and become my customer. You know what I mean? But I just wanted you to see how quickly you can get to those 16 points with just 2 people in the high point services, and showing how, right? And then I'll give you a good yes story. I had a friend, I asked her same thing. Would you do me a huge favor? Try one of my services. You started a business. Would you become, my energy customer? Of course. And then you have those. No questions asked, just a yes. Let's do it. She lived over in Northern California. I'm like, okay, let's go. So there's those 2. So you just got to have that thick skin and know, and just go through the numbers and just ask. Like Tony Cooper says, if you don't, the reason why you don't have a customer is because we didn't ask. Okay. So I want you guys to go up there, check out the May Fast Start bonus. Lots of money on the table. And I'm making it short and sweet today because it really is that simple. So be encouraged that it is that simple. Go share that with your new person. Just lay it out for them. Show them how we can get these 16 points. You'll actually go over with these high point services, how we can get that so quickly. And we can do it for the next people, the people we talk to, your people. So with that being said, short and sweet, happy Monday. Get out there, like Mr. L. Thomas says, do something to move your business forward. And don't forget about perspective, because remember last week you talked about perspective. So no comparing yourself to other people. Perspective. Look at how you're doing this. We're always learning, right? We're always learning. We're always getting better. We're always getting better at our mindset. We're always getting better at the system. We're always getting better at working with people, right? Everything we're doing, we're getting better and better and better with each person we talk to. With each person we peak, we're getting better. With each person we launch, we're working at, we're getting better, we're helping. You don't need to be perfect. Don't think I have to be, this SVP that's been in for almost 30 years to do this right and correctly. No. Just get in there and do it. So with that, happy Monday, you guys. Get out and help your new people. Got it. I see you, Sherry on.